Hello, beautiful people. We're back with another episode of Point of View, the table where we break down the latest headlines and the conversations that really matter. We've got a lot coming up on today's show, from First Lady Melania Trump urging Americans to protest peacefully and unify amid rising tensions in Minnesota, to why Tyra Banks is trending ahead of her upcoming America's Next Top Model documentary. I heard people are set. Okay. Plus, we've got more hot topics you definitely don't want to miss. Joining the conversation are our co-hosts Sunset and Danielle.
Yeah.
Alongside our host Natalia. Ready to break it all down. So come on in, join the discussion. You're watching POV. By now, we're sure many of you have seen what's been unfolding all over the news. Minnesota has become the center of outrage following tragic killings involving ICE agents, including Renee Nicole Good and most recently Alex Pretty. And as expected, people are angry and honestly exhausted from watching lives being taken and replayed across our timelines. Now, with tensions especially high in Minnesota, First Lady Melania is calling on Americans to unify and protest in peace. Take a look.
We need to unify. I'm calling for unity. I know my husband, the president, had a great call yesterday with the governor and the mayor, and they're working together to make it peaceful and without riots. I'm against the violence, so if we protest in peace.
Now, perhaps I'm mistaken, but I thought they were protesting in peace. And it looks like unity amongst the Minnesotans, those who are involved in this whole tragedy. What does unity actually mean then when communities are grieving, when their fellow community members are being killed in the streets? What's happening?
And I thought that unity was exactly what was happening when Alex Pretty stuck up,
yes,
and stood in the gap for someone when he wasn't even the target, and ultimately it cost him his life. And I don't know if it's just me, but every time Melania Trump opens her mouth, yes, I am so freaking confused. Like, speak to your husband about the people that are not from this country, just like you aren't, because this is the worst English I've ever heard.
He isn't, as far as his parents or grandparents. I mean, it goes far back that many are not from the States or have significant others that are not from the States. And it's really confusing, I would say, because you're deporting people. I don't
what's
understand.
Confusing, sis?
I'm calling for the unity.
Girl, spill unity.
We had great conversation.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, break it down, Sunset.
It's so easy to yell for peace when you're insulated from the consequences.
Hello.
Okay? So her saying that she's airing for us to be peaceful. Like you guys just said, it is already peaceful, guys. The only parties that aren't peaceful is ICE themselves.
Right.
And so because they're immune to consequences, what do you expect? We are headed into a fascist society, which I've already said, oligarchy, which means where the elite, they just rise up and they just continue to take their wealth and live their lives while we're stuck dealing with the consequences. I think it's just a shame to me that they would put what is she again?
Slovenia?
Exactly. I don't know what she is. I don't know her
Eastern
background.
European.
Not American. No, but what's her title? What's her title?
Oh, that's y'all first lady.
Oh, that's y'all first lady.
Oh,
okay.
no.
That's what she is.
My first lady is Shatina Underwood at Truth Movement Church.
Is still Michelle Obama.
Hello?
So for me, it's like, what are we doing here? What are we actually telling the people? Yes, it's tone deaf. You're tone deaf, sis. What are we actually telling the people of Minnesota when, just like Tally said, he interfered because somebody else was being mistreated?
Right.
So what does that actually tell the residents?
Imagine you telling them and us to be peaceful when the people that are supposed to, be actually protecting and whatever are not exercising peace. Like, and this is not a one-off incident. This is not something this is the first time it happened in years. Like, it's continuous. Yeah. I believe I saw something that said ICE has killed 9 people this year.
Wow.
It's what, the 27th day?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
Well,
you want us to keep practicing peace, but when they start firing off on ICE, then we the problem.
Exactly. And even when you look at, even the Constitution and, Americans supposedly having this right to bear arms, and Alex Preddy didn't even garnish his gun, but he had a weapon, he had a license, he was even licensed to carry in public.
Correct.
But now they're painting it that, he had a weapon.
Did you see that?
Isn't that what
they
was
literally went on the news and literally said that this man had a gun and was pointing it before we got the video footage. And so imagine if we never got the video footage.
Exactly.
They were literally holding a press conference saying that this man took out a gun and was charging at them.
Even forget the video footage, because we don't even know now. We know that was accurate, but with all of this AI stuff, what happens when they start doctoring up stuff? Just like I still believe World Trade, baby, because they said there wasn't actually any plane debris. They didn't find a seat belt, a plane seat, or anything else. But yet we all can see and can remember those 2 planes flying to the building that we never really saw.
Girl,
I'm gonna just say this. If you have never seen Handmaid's Tale,
oh my goodness,
I haven't seen it.
Watch it. Because I promise you, ever since he was interned the first time, it's giving that. Especially the way that he doesn't want women to have rights. He doesn't respect women. Everything that he is doing, watch the show.
Wow. Okay.
You are so
We're
right.
living in that. Literally.
I've even said that to my mom. This is Handmaid's Tale. Like, it's playing out.
Correct.
It's created itself, and we're like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Are we?
Yeah, no, we need to be scared.
Yeah.
At this point.
I don't know. For Blacks, African Americans, guys, I don't see this for us to be scared, because remember, we're in a country that literally killed us, ate us, literally eat your flesh, literally eating your body.
Your teeth.
There is nothing under the sun that Black African Americans have not gone through in this country. So honestly, I'm just glad to see the uproar in society as a people to say, damn, the fact that it's happening to you guys this time, maybe now everyone will wake up and say, you know what?
No, fact.
Hold on, this isn't right. So hey,
I said, what a day when the problems of the poor come kick down your door, baby. The day is here.
Come on.
The day is here.
Wow. Well, y'all heard it. We're going to move on to the next topic here. Tyra Banks is trending again ahead of her upcoming America's Next Top Model documentary. We're about to take a look at the trailer, but the big question on everyone's mind is Tyra really taking full accountability? Accountability. Take a look.
I felt like I was part of something so big.
That was a moment where I realized, oh my God, I think we've built a monster.
There was a lot of body shaming. You're not thin enough. You're not thin enough.
We are actually going to switch your ethnicities.
Ooh, baby girl, baby girl.
Things get crazier and crazier. Going to get a medical procedure as part of a makeover.
Look at my teeth.
Horrific.
It's a TV show to you guys, but this is my life.
I realized Tyra would do anything for the success of her show.
I knew I went too far.
I was going to pose that question. Do you think that she had to keep creating? You have to keep creating to make it more interesting.
Yes.
So you have to up the stakes. You got to keep it interesting so the show can stay on.
But
what
up
do you
the
do
stakes
next? What do you do next?
your own body. Up the stakes with your own
they
body.
had an option though, in my opinion.
But they didn't.
They did. I don't want us to rewrite
Yeah,
history.
baby, I would've went home, baby.
2 of the models already came out and said that they're thankful for Tyra and they hope that it doesn't change the narrative on her. So I'm not saying,
my God.
No, hey, shoot, I don't know. They felt proclaimed to go under the post. What I'm saying is at some point they agreed to this, because if we're being honest, people will do anything for fame. We're talking about an era where any and everybody was trying to come up, was trying to make a name for themselves. So they were willing to do things that probably now they're like, dang, I wish I never did that.
But that don't really count. That's not the best point, because if you think about it, all those girls that R. Kelly was over there peeing on, at some point they did want to be there.
Hello.
It don't mean that they want to be there.
But some of those were children. If we can be honest,
Some of these people were children. Barely turning 18 to make the show.
They were 18. They were able to contract. So I don't know.
I feel like she's trying to, and I'm not gonna say she doesn't have remorse or whatever, because I don't really know how homegirl feels. Yeah. But I feel like she is trying to take accountability, but at the same time, not really. So I'm interested to see her taking like how it plays out in this documentary, because she basically was like, I went too far. But in the same breath, she basically was like, this is what y'all wanted, so we gave it to y'all.
Wow.
It is.
So, well, let me pose this, okay? Because Tyra Banks, I mean, she grew up a certain way. She grew up at a time when black models, obviously, that was not a common thing. Yeah. Okay. So now she's getting into the industry. Don't you think that there has been some abuse that she has had to endure? Many things from, I mean, we even saw it with Serena and Venus, the abuse that they have gone through around this world. I mean,
But they weren't abusing people because
she had to do the same thing.
Well,
so do you think maybe that pressure that she had to deal with coming up in the industry, perhaps she put that on the girls? Maybe it wasn't warranted, maybe it wasn't right, but she put that same pressure as well.
Yeah. The thing is, the reason, or at least one of the reasons, I've never really been an avid watcher of the show. I remember the era, but I never actually sat down and watched. Yeah. But I do recall one of the reasons she put and produced the show, Tyra, was because she wanted these people to have opportunities, and she wanted them to go through this but not deal with the things that she had to deal with coming up.
And then she did worse.
And she turned around and made it worse.
Willie would have called her a weak-kneed jellyback sellout. That's what he would have said. But what I will say is I do think that Tyra did a lot of damage, because I remember when America's Next Top Model came up, and I was young, and I am 5'1". And I had,
it was a no for us.
But it has gotten so much. American Next Top Model got so much into my head that I almost had an eating disorder, because I thought that if I could be thin enough, I would look taller and then have a chance to model. When I graduated high school, I was 89 pounds, baby, and I thought I was fat.
But can we take
another take? I have to interject.
Okay, can we take?
That was American. It was American. I was trying to get on America's Next Top Model.
Right, but can we take another take on this? Because although Tyra did that, right, and there were some women that fell victim to it, could we take another perspective and think that just like Raquel said, because Tyra had all those pressures and perspective from the industry, that she was not just preparing you, but she was trying to show you that this is really what it was, and that's what they expect on the back end. But she was trying to when you make it softer for somebody to live. Yes, she was trying to sugarcoat it, but the industry was what it was.
She was ripping people's teeth out.
I know, but imagine what the people were doing in the back scene who already were making these models feel this way in the industry, but we never got to see that. So Tyra was shining a light on the industry itself, but she was the catalyst for it, because we saw her and we accepted her in our community. So that's all we had to look at. So Tyra was representing a bigger machine.
And I think we got to stop. Like, when it comes to these reality shows, yes, they are willing participants. Yeah. But like one of the girls said, we got to stop using people's pain for entertainment.
Well, baby, the whole industry would collapse if we stopped using pain for profit, baby. I'm sorry to tell you.
Listen, people paying for profit.
Let me tell you when it will stop. Us as the consumers have to stop viewing in. That's the only time it will stop, and I don't see that happening.
People love mess and drama and blood.
And they do.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Well, that was a hot topic there. Now, let's get into all things love, life, relationships, and everything in between. Let's get into Girlfriend's Guide. Oh boy, we're taking things all the way over to Nigeria. You've probably seen videos from Nigerian weddings and thought, wait, why is the bride sitting on her father-in-law's lap? Well, it's not what you think.
It is what I think.
Okay, in some Edo and Asan traditions, this ritual is about family, respect, and blessings. Each sit symbolizes the bride being officially welcomed into her husband's family. It might look unusual to outsiders, but to those who practice it, it's a powerful symbol of love, lineage, and new beginnings.
Raquel, stop. Like, I'm so serious. I'm so disgusted. No, seriously. Like, I'm super disgusted and disturbed by this.
Okay.
I don't care what country, what tradition you're from. For another woman to be sitting on a man's lap and to say and mask it as tradition, we've went way too far. Like, seriously, that's disgusting. And it really triggered me just seeing that, because I have been sexually assaulted by men. And a lot of times we're giving men so many passes to do these things. This is just another way for men to be acceptable to all the ruin that they've already caused by making sexual acts seem normal. There's nothing normal about that clip that we just seen.
Even if it's a part of another culture.
There is nothing normal about that, Raquel. I don't care. I am Haitian, okay? As a little girl, they tell you, oh, you can sit in the laps of your uncles. Them same uncles be touching these little girls. So we need to stop making things seem like tradition or normal when really it's sexual assault. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I was a little confused by this video because when I think of Nigerian weddings, I think about the money spread.
Right. I ain't never seen that.
I think of all the outfit changes and all those things. I've never seen this before. But to me, even this video, I don't know if that was actually the dad, because that man looked very young. I mean, when did he have his son, at 10?
I couldn't tell you. This is that tradition. This is what goes on.
I'm gonna just say this: like, you can tell somebody's great granddad made that tradition up, and even in that video, even in that video, just looking, I was like, I'm like, why are we doing that? But even. And I mean, maybe he was just happy, but the look on his face that it gave, he was too happy to be having your daughter-in-law sitting on your lap. Then the way he done moved her arm to get his arm underneath there, like, that was just too much.
I think that was the husband, and I can't imagine because she had a big old booty.
Right. And then if this is tradition, you talking about each sit represent.
Who made the like? I hate. I'm so sorry to cut your wisdom. Seriously,
girl,
we gotta stop with this tradition mess. Like, people always mask things tradition. Do you even know what the word tradition means? I could sit up here and say, Tally, Raquel, Danielle, we're gonna start doing something and throwing paintballs at the walls. Guess what? If you tell your kids to do that, the next 10 years is tradition. We gotta stop doing things in the name of tradition. Yeah. Tradition is gonna get y'all warped and have y'all having sexual assault cases. Don't try this stuff in America.
Don't. See, that's the difference. You know, in some places they have different traditions. In America, we don't do that. So
yeah, it's a no for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to judge anyone's tradition,
right.
But that
I'm judging. Y'all can come for me. Y'all can come for me. I'm judging. That's disgusting.
Doesn't give
That's
for
disgusting.
Me. Like, yeah. I'm really trying to understand. Like, I'm sure there are better ways to accept one into your family besides sitting on your father-in-law's lap. Yeah. Like, there's got to be some other kind of ways to welcome me to the family, right? Because it's a no for me. And especially if I know they are very like Nigerian or some like another, tribe. But like, if you were marrying an American and I came and I'm marrying a Nigerian and they said I had to sit on, me and my family would be looking like, who?
Right.
No, thank
Not
you.
about to happen.
No, thank you.
Wow.
I feel like maybe that's why we haven't seen it a lot.
Listen.
because the Nigerians,
no way.
I can eat the goat. You can spray the money on me. We can dance. Oh, baby, you lost me right there.
Y'all could keep that one hidden. Like, for real. Okay.
Okay. Moving on to our final segment of the day. Let's get into unpopular opinion. We've had a series of unpopular opinions so far, but here's one. Growing up, some parents are stricter than others, especially when it comes to sleepovers. We came across a video on social media where a single dad says he was heartbroken after no parents allowed their daughters to attend his daughter's slumber party. So, does he have a right to be upset? Take a look.
So, like, last year, I was trying to throw my daughter like a slumber party, and once again, no woman lives in the household. It's just me and my daughter, and like, I communicated with one of the mothers, like, just to see if she can get the ball rolling, because she know a bunch of more mothers and whatnot.
Just saw the Nigerian wedding, and now we go to this one.
I'm gonna say this. I hate. Okay, so I see it different ways, but first I'm gonna start off. My parents wouldn't let me stay at nobody's house. It didn't matter if it was a mama, a daddy, grandma, don't matter. But I do hate that, like, because as a father, like, who, like, yes, you have to protect your children, and you never know what, male or female, you never know what someone else's intentions are with your child.
Right.
So you have to guard and protect them. I understand that. I do hate as well that the fact that he was trying to make his daughter's, birthday wish come true, that it was just automatically shut down. I feel like in that case, it should have been like, I'm not okay with that, but let's try this, or let's have an open thing where all the parents are there. Like another suggestion, instead of just like, oh no, my daughter can't come to that. Right. Like, and I mean, granted, we don't know exactly that's what she said, but I'm sure it was kind of, and of course, any person would be thrown off because he's really just trying to do the right thing. And people that are not molesters and they don't automatically go to that. You know what I'm saying?
No, Danielle, I want to take another take. And I'm so sorry.
I was giving the regular take. I know you were a little triggered, but I was giving the regular take.
I'm over here shaking. I'm sorry because it sounds cute.
But that's not every father.
I know it's not every father, but that's absolutely.
And we can't label him like that,
I didn't label him, but you know where he.
But he's automatically being labeled.
And as he should, because he shouldn't have got on. Yes. I agree. You know why? Because why didn't you let your daughter go sleep over somebody else's house? But those are little girls. It doesn't matter, Danielle, because as a father, you still have to take the perspective of somebody else's daughter. Molesters don't have a look. You can't look at somebody and say they're going to molest you. They could look like the nicest person, the sweetest person.
And women can molest you too, but they don't keep that same energy, though.
It doesn't matter. What I'm saying, it shouldn't happen at all. I'm not agreeing with none of them. I don't think it should happen. Otherwise, all parents should be involved in a sleepover or be present. Okay. I don't think he should have felt offended by that if he's a father who understands that little girls can be manipulated and little girls can say things and have things happen to them in these situations.
Why can't what precautions be true, though?
What precautions did he take? Why is he offended by me saying that they can't go
But why
there?
can't two things be true? Why can't he understand what the mom said? Because I believe that's what he said, but also be offended at the same time when he's just trying to make his daughter.
But there's no
offended.
I really don't
That's
feel like
why
there's any
the
reason
problem.
for offense.
Yes.
I feel like what should have happened, if he wanted his daughter to have a slumber party experience for her birthday, maybe he should have looked into renting an Airbnb for the weekend and maybe cultivating a standing relationship with some of the other mothers so that he can say, hey, I know it would kind of be inappropriate. Like if I do it, but I really want her to have this experience. Is this something that I can pay for? And you guys can kind of handle, maybe 2 or 3 of the moms can come together because I want her to have this experience.
Correct. I just gone over to another parent's house and had the
You see how we just came up with 4 ideas.
But then how are you as a parent? I mean, how are you as a dad? That's what I'm saying. Like, he wanted that for his, like, he can't volunteer somebody else's house.
I didn't say volunteer. I said that he could have had it someplace else, particularly at one of the parents' house. Of course, he would ask if that's okay. I mean, he's not going to just throw the party over there.
The reality is that's what you face when you're a single parent.
Yeah,
from the mother,
for
being a mother of a son and being a single parent, being the father of a daughter, being a single parent. That is what you face, and you just have to go and figure out other ways around it.
My mom wouldn't have allowed it.
It's not even just about being a single parent. Because things happen with moms that are complacent or, not assertive or not paying attention, even in the house, and dads do things and be sleeping with a daughter when a mama at work and all these things. But like, for instance, it's hard, and it's even harder when you want to have a big group, because I have an 8-year-old and we are so blessed that she has a best friend that I'm very close with her mom, and, and vice versa. So that is the only child that my child can stay over and her daughter stays over my house.
You cultivated that relationship.
You have to cultivate that relationship. Exactly.
You have to.
Yeah, like
otherwise,
I'm just meeting you first time for a party.
Right. That's why I said, why is he offended? They already gave to
feel like he could feel away.
He shouldn't feel away.
I know this. My mom would not have allowed me to be over.
And nobody.
We ain't from none of that.
Especially if it's just the father. It's not going to happen.
But you
and still, you can never ever be too careful, because even with all the places we weren't allowed to go, a lot of us were still essayed.
Correct.
Wow. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode. Before we go, here's a quote to leave you inspired. Every day is a chance to make someone feel seen, valued, and inspired. Don't forget, you can catch Point of View right here tomorrow. Same place, same time. We will see you then. Next.